Well, good evening, good day, good night, whatever time it is where you are. I'm sorry, my second screen is playing up and it looks like I have frozen up. I hope you're all well. I hope you can hear me. And if not, hello, welcome. I think I've unfrozen again. Yay! So we've got some Twitter stuff today between Texas and more toad controversy. There is a lot to talk about. A lot to talk about. So sit back, grab your coffee, grab your drink, and let's get ready. Hello and welcome once again. If you're watching the replay, hello. Thank you to all my subscribers. Thank you very much. If you haven't subscribed yet, thank you for watching. So thank you to everybody. I still get amazed that people are interested in what I've got to say. So I'm a little bit tired today. I had day one of a choir event today. So first time in 12 months the choir sang, and we sang in masks, believe it or not. It's very, very hard. And it was very, very hot. So let's have a look. So let's see who's joined us. Oh, we got hello, Robbie. Hello. We've got Name here. We've got Chuckity. Oh, hello, Laura. Yeah, it all froze up on me. We've got Kim, Rosalind. We've got 123 Fake Street. We've got Beth. We've got, is it Keno or Keno? I'm sorry if I pronounced it wrong. We've got Diamond Crystal Arts. Good, you've got your drink in your hand. Good. You're going to need it because I tell you, I just tell you. Hello, Phyllis. And yeah, I think I said hello to Sammy J. So yeah, I'm a little bit tired. So I'm just putting it up there now, okay? And I was not going to come on because I was tired, but I thought, no, I'm going to do this. So it may be a shorter one than usual. So I hope that you'll bear with me. Hey, Gail. I hope you're feeling better, Gail. Gail wasn't feeling very well a couple of days ago. So I hope you're feeling better, Gail. Welcome. So, all right. So we're going to start off with Twitter. Well, there was an Instagram live. She was on Instagram today. So those of you that were watching last night, we were talking about, or we saw a video about how she was going after somebody with 9 kids. Well, apparently I can't think of her name, whoever that person is. Hello, Bibbly Bobbly Boo. All her viewers started reporting KJ's video, or her live last night, and all her stories that she has where she's criticized her. And so KJ's done I'm just a commentary channel. I just give my opinion, and I do it to everybody, and so please don't mass flag me. I want to keep my Instagram type thing today on Instagram. Oh, you got your new fur baby? Hello, Sarah Loves Donuts. So she was one of those. So apparently, yes. She's going to keep speaking, and she wants people, she said that people should be able to speak up if they see something that's not right on a YouTube channel. So guess what, KJ without a crystal ball. That's what we're doing. No, she wasn't crying, Kim. She wasn't crying. She was just saying, please don't mass flag me because I'm only doing my job. So we are speaking out against you. So, you want the ability to be able to do it. I'll show you the videos later. I can. They're on Llama Girl again has captured them, and you can see what she's done. But we're going to start off with Twitter because serious journalist or opinion commentator can't be both. Well, bibbly bobbly boo. It is like, is Laurie Ann Michael Brown's client, or is she not? She can't be both. Hello, Carrie. Yay! I know. It's a bit like that. It's a bit like that. So we're going to start off with Twitter, and this will give us some context for later when we get to the Instagram. Oh, your name is, okay. My Katie, yes. Or My Katie. I have to say, that's the bizarrest thing I've ever seen in an email in reference to a client. I actually saw a father wish his daughter, he put, it's my, and he put her name. Let's just say it was My Katie. It was My Katie's birthday today. You know, but I've not seen it like that. But she did, I think she did a story, was it today or yesterday, that Cody Brown was looking for a fifth wife. You know, Brown and Brown, Cody, Michael. Just joking. What is it with the Brown name? She seems to have a fascination with the Brown name. So, just bizarre. And she did another story on Mary Brown today as well. So, you know, there's a fascination there with Browns. Yeah, that's right, joking. That's right. All right. So the first tweet started today. I need to share this. Cody's cousin, I wonder. Our Katie. Cody's cousin, I wonder. Like every other student. Yes. Don't get me started on some Brown jokes. Cody resembles Toad. Yes, someone has done that. So here's her first. She's retweeted, or she's commented on this, and she's written, "Love this." So of course, a big thanks to the volunteers who made over 784,000 calls to senior citizens in Texas. So she's on to this one. So there's that one. He does look like Cody with his hair, doesn't he? There is a post later that Crystal Bill, yes, she's still representing Texas. We're not finished yet. Then she's retweeted, "Why you'll all be following people you don't like." So she obviously liked that. Here we go. How you can help Texas. Donate. American Red Cross, a joint fundraiser for Beto O'Rourke, for pets. So she's still saving Texas. See if there's a hidden reply there. Oops. Nope. All right, so there's that one. She's still representing Texas. So then we've got, consider donating to Our Calling. They are offering shelter, food, water in Dallas. Check in on homeless in the area to ensure they are safe during this winter storm. So there you go. That's right. What would we do without her, eh? We must help Texas get through this crisis. Please donate to help. What would Texas do without her? Yes. Did she do all this fun? I don't know. Why? Here we go. And of course, we must help Texas get through this crisis. Please donate. Why change is needed? Of course, we've got to make it now political. Only 2 weeks ago, the GOP chairman leader of the Texas Republican Party endorsed a bill for Texas to secede from the United States. And then she's listed places to donate again. Good morning, Tamara. I forget how to pronounce everybody's names. I apologize. My brain's gone to mud tonight. She's not doing fundraising though. For any Texas, the bill filing deadline is March 12th. If and when you are able to contact your state legislators, they're only in season every other year, and they can help deal with ERCOT and energy regulation. If it doesn't happen now, 2 years won't be an emergency. So, I put in a chat that I was on. I went, oh, KJ's Twitter went off, and I had to explain what went off mean because it meant very busy. But again, that's another Australian slang. Hello, Jessica. So, places to donate to. More places to donate. An apartment went up in flames in San Antonio yesterday. There was no water because the hydrant's pipes were frozen. Firefighters had to bring water to the scene via trucks. As of this morning, the fire was still burning and smouldering. Jurisdiction in Texas. Even though the temps are beginning to climb, the damage continues to unfold as a result of the storm. As more pipes begin to thaw, more water lines break. At this time, more people are without water than they are without electricity. Then I saw that. I read 13 million in Texas do not have fresh water. It's awful. Yesterday, Katie was blaming Texans for their election choice. And this tweet was the reason many of Katie's subs from Texas unsubscribed. Good old Crystal Bill. So remember, she said that yesterday. Stop electing. I can't believe I have been supporting you. Says somebody. Stop telling Texans what to do. We would be stupid to listen to an idiot like you. Oh, dear. That's funny. Oh, dear. Going off like a frog in the sock. Yes, Nat. Tamara, that's right. Tamara. See, I remember it now. But I had a friend whose name was Tamara, and it's spelled the same way, so that's why I get confused. So I apologize, Tamara. Hello, Laurie. Oh, dear. All right, so there's that one. That one is gold. Yeah, there's some good ones in there. She wishes she was a professional fundraiser, or the grifting she would exploit. Yes. Oh dear. And the other thing is also, remember, different places, like different, you pronounce things differently in different places. So yeah. So I apologize, Tamara. All right. So disturbing. Kendra Duggar slammed by fans for posting pictures with, I don't know who it is. I'm not clicking on it. Hello, Window Whispers. Yes. Crystal Bill rocks. Yes. Oh. Is it apparently, it says here Kendra Duggar is about to have a third child. I don't know. But anyway, she's had a picture. I don't know, something happened here. Now, this is the interesting one. Okay. So somebody has pointed out that Mr. Toad has read Mein Kampf. And she said, so it says, okay, so here is the screenshot. We did look at his reviews and it's in there. He does not remember reading the book, only reading Der Führer. And we don't own the book. But reading the book and rating the book doesn't mean you support what's in the book, period. We believe he's a madman. Now, what is interesting is that initially the book always has, she does, doesn't she? Oh dear. Is that the book was originally rated a 4 and it's now 3.7. It's got four stars. It's got a 3.7 rating. Okay. And then she goes, he might have. I honestly don't know. He reads a lot of books. He reads books about serial killers too. Doesn't make him a murderer. So the question that people are asking is, why would he give it 4 stars? Why would you give the book 4 stars? And apparently the book's been deleted now from the reading list. Books about serial killers and books written by Adolf Hitler are very different. Reading a book by Adolf Hitler doesn't make someone a Nazi, period. Millions of people have read the book. We do not support Hitler and are not white supremacists or Nazis. Yes, we are back to that. We're back to that chestnut again. Okay. I've read this book once in high school, once at Harvard. Doesn't make me a Nazi, makes me educated to the evil writings of a madman and the benefit and the beliefs of horrific humans that espouse the same hate. No better book to read to understand the philosophies of the neo-Nazis. Zag, did you rate it 4 stars? That's what we're talking about. Do you want a medal for reading it twice? And one of those times at Harvard? Whoopie-doo. Crystal Pill. I love you, Crystal Pill. Whoopie-doo. You feel so educated. How TF are you falling for the biggest liar on YouTube? Did you leave your common sense at Harvard? Hey, Dr. Cross. Oh, dear. That was funny. Okay, so then we've got, and even reading this book can get you on the Homeland Security terrorist watch list. I couldn't find the actual list. I'm sure they don't want that released, but this has some books on it. What is the first book listed? Mein Kampf. Oh, dear. I'm convinced Todd has hijacked this Zag account and tweets from it because no one can continue to defend these 2 ignorant people like she does after the horrible things Katie and Todd continue to reveal to their audience every day. That's a really interesting theory. The best part is there is no excuse except him being a really toxic person married to his equal. Stop debasing and dismissing me as a real human with my own thoughts. I'm not Todd, Katie, Tardy, Salts, Brown, Uni, Nate, or any of the other people I've been accused of being. And I'm not uneducated, hateful troll fixated on anything. Fixated on finding anything to twist to feel superior and righteous. And Crystal Bill goes, bah, ha, ha, ha. No one thinks you're Tardy, Zach. Oh, dear. Oh, yeah, it was from Goodreads, I believe. Oh, boy. Oh, I've read it in German and it's even worse. Really? Out of all the books in the world, that's I love it. Can't even imagine putting it on Goodreads. I've had excerpts for class before. I'm not doing him the honor of acknowledging. No, that's right. Well, it was on, yeah, and it's on Goodreads. So, oh, Crystal Bill is on it, yes. Oh, dear. All right. You felt like you needed another one. Yeah, I think I'm going to have one before. All right. So what else have we got here? So there were more here, I think. So that's what she, so, and then, so here's another one. Is she dumb? I have to ask, because how TF do you do books written about serial killers even compare? Now I have to give you a warning about this. I cannot, once I show you, I can't unshow you. All right. Yeah, the book review pages disappeared. Here we go. This is Crystal Bill. Blocked again. Is it different? Hitler was a serial killer of mass scale. To understand depraved mind, don't we study the writing they used to gain power? One can't pretend evil no longer exists. To ban condemn reading this book dooms us to ignorance. Please, to ban condemn reading this book dooms us to ignorantly address people who follow the same evil path. That's not the point, Zag. I did tell you. I couldn't unshow you. Time for another shower. My eyes. She did look very uncomfortable, didn't she? All right. It's not the fact that he read the book. It's the fact he rated it with 4 stars. You can't be that dense, Zach. I did warn you can't unsee it. Still calling me names. I see. Does it make you feel good? I called you dense because you're not getting it. Honestly, I don't think you ever will. True. Yes, actually, there is a difference. Books about people explore the psychology around someone, how someone could commit an atrocity, whereas Mein Kampf fueled the Holocaust. Reading it is fine. That's exploratory research. Rating it 4 stars, that's concerning. You are correct. It's also used and revered as required by neo-Nazis. To understand why this philosophy is still supported by so many, we have to read and study it. I don't know or understand the rating system. It could be based on all types of other things other than the messages in the writings. Yes, I think you are correct. Sorry, I took the 4 stars because he had read it. Why would you give a star rating if not read? Not even a shower will help now. But, there is absolutely no justification, no reasonable justification in 2015 to rate a book written by Hitler 4 stars. I'm sorry, but it's inconceivable. But in no conceivable universe that is justified. The book itself is poorly written and is, as you say, filled with hate. There is no simple reason at all. I agree, it's poorly written and hate-filled. I just refuse to judge people based on curiosity and a single rating of a single book. If you choose to, that's fine. Just don't be surprised when you make a thoughtless mistake and people condemn you as evil personified. It's offensively simplistic. Oh, I find it extremely offensive that I'm being accused of making such an accusation when, if you check, I was simply asking why this situation arose. I thought you were rational enough, but this is just inflammatory and insulting, so I'm done speaking to you. No conceivable universe is justifiable, only one of your very judgmental statements. I inferred the exact intent you implied. It's okay for you to be judgmental, but it's offensive for others to call you out on it. Now you're done with me. The actions of people with no coherent argument. Well, that's the question, Carrie. Why does he have to read it? Yeah, it's his manifest. Okay, see you later, Rosalind. That's right. And I remember reading about a young man in the 1960s who listened to hate speech. Yeah. So anyway, that. So she initially denied it. There's a couple of tweets missing because she initially denied it and called the person and said, so there's tweets missing, of course. and said no, he hadn't read it, and then they checked it, and yes, he had read it. Oops. No one judging him is on a one-off. It's the whole, yes, that's right. And the fact that he signed up with the record label. All right. TGIF, I hope you're having a wonderful day. You too. She's off to a great start. More revelations have surfaced, and it does not paint a pretty picture of what goes on in the Paulson house. So she's recopied this. Okay, here's the screenshot. We all looked at his reviews. So that's that one. Crystal Bill was on fire. Is on fire. Wow. I'm so sad. Mary Brown spirals out of control after Cody reveals their 5-year separation. Oh, Mary, how cute that she didn't think we already knew their marriage was a joke. All right. The most intelligent thing I've ever heard Cody Brown say this week, when he said, "It's not my business what other people think of me. It's not my business what others think of me. This has literally freed me over the past month, and I'm staying in that freedom." I've never read it. I have no intention of reading it. It's funny. It's saying that there's replies, but there's no replies. So she deleted all a few hidden zippers hidden. Nope. KJ took him out. She doesn't find people find. No, she doesn't. Listening to me on double speed. That would be fun. So she's free. Very well, and she's probably what, 10 grand poorer this week too. I'm in a domestic partnership that's way more authentic than her marriage. All right. It's over. Kim Kardashian files for divorce from Kanye West after 7 long, and it's supposed to be 7 long years. I kind of saw it coming. I don't know how they lasted that long. No one cares, you stupid hag. Go back to the kitchen, LOL. We're all just doing research. We are just all doing research. Our 2 cats probably get more attention than who could. True. I've never touched it. I thought it gives me the heebie-jeebies. I've always thought it should never be published. Yeah, Nikki. Bentley, Danny, and John. Yes, that's funny, Laura. Then we're back onto the. Remember when she said Kanye's paying? Yes, I could remember. Oops. Oh no. Electric companies charging supply demand during the crisis has got to be criminal. Utilities should not spike due to increased need. Using more will cost you more, but the price should not increase per watt you use. Unreal. She's back on the Texas rant again. Is their public service commission not regulating this? This would never be allowed in my city. No, they left the federal grid. It's also independent. This would never happen where I live either. So there you go. There's Twitter. I'm just now going to log into my Twitter, and so we can have a look at, because now that you've seen that about the Mein Kampf stuff, when she talks about the fact that, because she goes back onto the fact that my husband's not a white supremacist, etc., etc., etc. So that you'll understand that now when she says it. Oh, wow. Oh, come on. It didn't. My authentication code didn't work. Just trying to keep signing me in. Yeah, here we go. I'm in. All right. Well, I would have thought she would be too, but I don't know that she knows that word. Crystal Bill. Oh, dear. I'll have to show you Crystal Bill. I hope she doesn't mind. Does Toad always let his wife battle his own? You chose to marry this NM boy, the type that you used to bully in St. Anthony's because they were racist and you had black friends. What kind of person chooses to marry a non-racist who believes that they are white, that whites are superior? She said, your husband is a complete douche. Are you going to remind people about his family, his racist parents and his brother, who is, shall I say it? I'll give you a chance and I'll check back later if nothing to remind you. You can't run, Katie. She said, Toad's brother is a, you know what, offender. Get Katie to address this. This came straight from Katie's mouth. So much cringe. Look up the ratio of POC to whites in the area. It's like a minuscule number. They choose to live there. So much for diversity. Her preaching is a distraction for what's really going on. She doesn't fool me. And now the Hitler book seems like a pattern. OMG, the way she tears families apart and needs to keep her own house in order. Mind you, this is the woman that claimed her poor intelligent son was non-verbal until we heard him tell her off. So there we go. But that wasn't what I was looking for, by the way. It's the fact that she's had to defend against multiple instances, that point being to bring, yes, that's right. All right. Billy's on fire today, yes. Yes, Bill is on fire today. No, I didn't know about Toad's brother. Well, I'm sure that if Bill said it, she's got proof, but she said it's come out of her own mouth. All right. So here we go. So these are in segments. So I've got to go 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is part 1. So you've got to thank Marie and Llama Girl for these clicks. All right, here we go.
Hello, everyone. I am just doing a quick update. I'm about to film my last video of the day and then edit and get that posted. But I wanted to jump on here because I'm seeing a lot of comments on like my different videos, and I want to just be pretty clear about what's going on here. First of all, I'm not harassing anyone. I posted like 2 posts yesterday. I've been following this woman for a very long time. I'm also not the only person that speaks about her. She has a large platform. Well, I mean, it's not huge, but she's got 46,000 people that follow her on Instagram, and she's monetized. And she...
Oh dear. Jealous much? She's got 46. She's not very large. She's only got 46,000 people following her on Instagram. Well, maybe she also doesn't block everybody.
Is using her platform to promote her way of life, which is fine. But she's also become a public figure in her own right. And she is talked about in so many different circles. So many different bloggers talk about her. And I honestly was just sort of pointing out some...
Who talks about her? Because, like, I hadn't heard of her until yesterday.
Things that I saw that I did not agree with, that I think are harmful. And if you are a public figure and I don't agree with you, that's, you know, just as people say things about me that I don't agree with, or that say things about me that I don't agree with.
She means to say when people say things about me that they don't agree with, but she said the same thing twice. That's right. But she said that, no, that one's not the one that's a no. The one that was flagged was the one that I showed yesterday, where she was saying that she was a bad, that Chrissy Collins was a bad mother, or a neglectful mother.
I will just say, like, you know, sometimes it bothers me, sometimes it not. Lately, I'm just sort of letting things roll off my back. So, anyways, like, there's people right now that are trying to, again, say my husband is a white supremacist, which he's not. And I'm not upset by it. I'm not angry about it. It's their right to feel what they want to feel. I also have said what I need to say about it. He's not a racist. He's not a white supremacist. He's nothing of the sort. So, you know, I'm not going to, you know, tell people, like, mass report people that say that about me. I mean, that's ridiculous. If people want to draw that conclusion about...
All right, so there's that one. Part 2.
Any sort of way about me. It's part of being, you know, a public figure. So for her, all I was pointing out was how I felt about things, which were my opinions. I'm not stressed out about it, and I'm not even upset about it. I was just clarifying. So I'm about to film my next video, but a lot of her fans are showing up on my page, and they're like, oh, you're harassing her. And I'm like, no, I'm really not. I also have an open DM, which she has not contacted me. And when you're a public figure and a blogger and you're sharing your life, you have to be open to criticism. And that is...
Is she saying she's a public figure and a blogger? Or is she saying the other woman is? She's played it, yeah. Probably.
Something that I have learned my own way, the hard way, right? I've had to let a lot of stuff like roll off my back.
Well, it's interesting because someone says, don't let this bother you. It will be okay, and I unfollowed you. There have been comments here about people who have gone and unfollowed the woman because of what she said about her. I can feel another lawsuit coming on. I unfollowed her.
I've had to learn the hard way that, like, you can't control what other people say about you. You can't control what people think about you. You just have to try to, like, ignore it as best you can. So I'm not here to harass anyone. I'm not here to send hate to her. I'm not here to do anything of the sort. And I'm also not here to bully her. But I also think that when you put your life out there and you're so public about it and you make very out there declarations about, you know.
I tell my friends about your videos who like TLC, but I go, she's honest. Yeah.
Faith healing and your children and different accidents that repeatedly happen and, you know, negating prenatal care, doing a home birth without any assistance. These are...
Okay, just doing a home birth without any assistance. Have you seen people on the news who have had babies come before any help's come? Like they've rung an ambulance or they've had to stop on the side of the road and the partners had to deliver the baby. Like that happens. Babies don't wait until you have a professional come. You can't say, oh, baby, I'm going to push you back in. I've got to wait till I've got the midwife coming. I've got to wait. Like there was somebody that I know, there was some famous person I remember in Australia that ended up having their baby on the laundry floor because it was the baby was that quick, just before they'd even got to the car. That's what everyone's saying, Beth. So it does happen without any medical intervention, without any midwives, without any birth assistance. It happens. That's right. A midwife is an assistant, but no baby's going to say, hold up, no doctor, I've got to wait. That's right. I mean, I've seen, you see, well, we get news stories where the police have been the ones to deliver the baby or the ambulances delivered the baby. It happens. Yeah, it happens. I think if someone said, I seem to support Nadia, I wouldn't just dismiss that as their opinion. I'd be re-examining everything about me. Yes. It happens. Home births happen often without assistance. Yes, there's been exactly lots of people have home births. Fill the home with professionals. You might as well be in a hospital. True. That's right. And that's why it's called a home birth, to take that, to give them that bit of freedom, and they can always go to the hospital. But as I said, people can have babies come before you get any help. Oh dear. So right, and I was just thinking, Harmony's not here. I think Harmony said that she'd had home birth. So Harmony, if you're watching, I should have given you a warning to block your ears. Sorry, Harmony.
Things that I've always commented about.
So someone has written here, then why talk about it? Then why talk about it? Plus, some people give. Yeah, that's true. Yep, some people do give. Well, Gail, you would think she's, says that she supports women. You would think that she'd support women's choices on birth.
Commented about. I'm not going to talk about her on.
Right, so there's that one. That's part 2. Here's part 3.
Just sharing some stuff on Instagram. So, anyways, I'm just sharing clearing it up. And that's all I'm saying. I think it's funny when people are like, well, why are you talking about it? Because I just literally came on here and said that I'm just here to clear it up. So I'm just saying, like, I'm not harassing her. I'm not here to harass her. I'm not here to spread hate to her. But I also am, like other people that follow various fundamentalists, commenting about what they see. she doesn't have a show. She's got a decent following on Instagram for her with her family. And I'm not here to send hate to her again. It's just you have.
How many times has she had to say it? And then someone says, I'm not a mum. What does it say? Yes, you know she's deleting a whole pile of comments. That's correct. Yep. Her ex-mod said she resents her Sundays. Yes, she does. I don't spread hate. Yeah, well, so someone says, how can we view her information? Is this Collins woman? Yes, apparently so. She's got 9. So yesterday's thing was one of the kids got a pair of scissors and cut their finger, nearly a finger off to the tendon, and was due to have surgery, but it got cancelled to COVID. So it's been wrapped up, and she's criticising them because the child got access to scissors. And we said last night, Gail, that I think we all had scissor stories, either ourselves or our children. Yes.
Have to sort of it's a sad. I think a lot of people are upset by what they see, and I think if you are upset by something that you see, I think it's fair to make a statement and say, like, I don't agree with this, or I don't like this, this is what my feelings are.
I don't agree with it. I don't like it. KJ, I don't like how you talk about people.
You know, that's what I do with my job. Hey, Kevin. And
it's a job. So she says, I'm not a mum, but that Collins woman makes me upset. She makes Michelle Duggar look like a saint. About it, yes. Click, delete, click, delete, click. Yes, and this woman also doesn't have her children in hospital. She has them at home. That's the other thing. So that's what she's talking about, the home birth. So she doesn't like it. Plus, she's got more followers on Instagram than her, is essentially what it comes to. Does that mean we are? Yes, we are. We're negligent. We had some great stories yesterday. Yeah, got stories, but yeah, I think we all had stories about scissors, poppy seeds. There's lots of people prefer home births. Yeah, they do. Whether it was about involving us. Yes, that's the other thing, that Collins lady has sponsors, lots of sponsors, and KJ couldn't understand why she had lots of sponsors. That was yesterday's thing about her.
Which I cover fundamentalists all the time, and I think there's a lot of really, really, really harmful beliefs that, you know, she repeatedly shares with her followers. I mean,
okay, so then we get to part 4 here. So blocky, delete, delete. It's fine not to agree with someone, but to take an innocent video and call that violence and neglect is taking it to an unnecessary level.
I literally have only covered her twice.
Someone says, wake up, Katie. Oh. She's meant it's violence against KJ's morals. That's what it's called when I'm offended, right? You're being violent towards me, assaulter. Does she really make Michelle Duggar look good? Is the question.
So this idea that I'm somehow repeatedly harassing her when I'm not is really ridiculous. I shared a few posts about it, and that's about the context. So I'm not like repeatedly.
So it started off by saying I did 2 posts. So in video part 1, she said, I've only done 2 posts. Now she's saying I've done a few posts. Okay, much. Yes, so negative, judgmental. Yes, correct. Hello, Nana Kimber. That's good. Yes, ring my bell. Ring my bell. Please subscribe if you haven't either. I keep forgetting to say that.
Doing that. So don't send hate to her. I don't agree with it, and that's my right, and that's what I do on my blog and what I cover. So
she has a blog now. Did you hear that? You're just going to play that again. That's my job. Oh, no. Don't send hate. That's my right, I think, is what she said. And then she said, that's what I cover on my blog.
Blog and what I cover. So agree with it, and that's my right, and that's what I do on my blog and what I cover.
You hear that? It's my right. It's my blog. Her rights got her sued, yes. Uncivil and Nate the lawyer had another discussion. They're trying to make sense of this whole these new filings, and it's just hilarious. Oops. People say that's my right when they're mean. Yes, it is, but it doesn't make you any less of a joke. Yeah, I'm just going to pull that back again. I'm just sorry. I know I'm prolonging this.
Don't send hate to her. I don't agree with it, and that's my right, and that's what I do on my blog.
Don't send hate. Did she say she doesn't agree with sending hate, or she does agree with sending hate? Hang on. Don't send hate. I don't agree with it. I don't agree with not sending hate. Don't send hate. I don't agree with it. Does she mean I think I'm overthinking this, but that's fine. But don't send hate. I don't agree with it. Yes. It's my blog, and I pray if I want to. Cry if I want to. Cry if I want to. You would cry too if you had no sponsorship. But it's not her job, right, on her YouTube channel. I totally disagree. So let's have a listen to this again. Don't send hate.
Send hate to her. I don't agree with it, and that's my right, and that's what I do on my blog and what I cover. So, yeah, I'm about to film my last video of the day. I've got 2 videos up. One is about Kendra Duggar and her mom, and then my second one is about Mary Brown and Cody Brown.
So, if you were her too. Yes, sorry, I need to put that in. Your makeup looks beautiful today, by the way, someone says. She only wastes 5 videos a day, yes. What a waste of her big platform. No sponsors, no refreshing content, no collabs, no one respects her, correct. Yes. Finished. I know you finished my song.
There's a new preview out for Sister Wives as well that you might want to see for Sunday. And thank you about my makeup. I am wearing Born This Way. I've been sort of like, I was away from this palette for a hot minute, but I've been wearing this lately. And the lip color people have been asking me about is this one. It's like benefit.
Someone says here, nice voices, we love you in Australia. What? Since when? Whoever you are, you don't get to speak for me. You ScoMo. Someone else says I'm over sister wives. Love your roses. They're Toad's roses in the background. Well, she says she's a public figure. Why sponsor the paparazzi stalker KJ when you could sponsor the celebrity themselves? Top nuggets. That's correct, Poppy says. So now you're going to get a makeup.
It says they're real. The double lip. Oh yeah, those are my husband gave me those. Do you like my vacuum cleaner too? All right, so I'm gonna get to filming here. So.
Okay, there was another one here too. Here. Maybe they meant me love you. So, oh, that's what I mean.
Yeah, it's this is the palette. It's literally one of my favorites. I don't do makeup tutorials. Sorry guys, I'm not a makeup artist. So I'm gonna get filming. And if you like a neutral look, I really like this. I'm not sponsored, by the way. My Instagram isn't monetized. So it has different looks. I'm using the browns on the end.
The browns? I told you she likes browns. I like the browns at the end. I like the browns at the end. See, she's got a fascination for the browns. So is it Michael or Cody?
The sun. These are the browns I'm wearing. So there you go. My next video is about Kim Kardashian and Kanye West. They filed for divorce. So that will be up here shortly. So I got to get going on that because I don't want to be working until 2 o'clock in the morning. So I'll be back.
There you go. See, I told you she liked the browns. Oh, Melissa, you have that palette? Oh, dear. But evidently they like her too. Yeah, well, I was going to say, one of them likes her money, but I'm not much into makeup. So this is the tweet that started all of this, so that you can see. So it says, I briefly unblocked you without a crystal ball official to ask you why was your husband, who already was in some controversy about alleged ties to a neo-Nazi band, reading Mein Kampf by Adolf Hitler, let alone given it a 4-star rating. Under different circumstances, I would credit where I initially saw this. After what trolls already did to multiple people during this lawsuit, I think we can all agree on the reasons why I wouldn't want to do that now. I see people having conversations about the ruins he used in the video, the history usage, interesting to read and to learn from, but not my conversation to have. My primary focus is the book, as it cannot be argued away with him possibly having a Nordic heritage, not with that rating. Who wants to read Mein Kampf anyway? Imagine the loads of BS in it, unless you literally secretly worship Hitler. Ain't no way you're going to go through that. As one of the people discussing ruins, I agree. To me, the most interesting part of the ruin in question is that its meaning is very close to the Nazi slogan of blood and land. I'm full on Nordic. I have never felt the need to use that ruin to express my heritage. So I'm not going to give any benefit of the doubt for that part either, heritage or not. Yes, I saw how you broke it down perfectly, and that one only broadened my perspective on this. I only had conversations with people who fight to reclaim what was stolen by Nazis because it's part of their spiritual journey, which I do respect. By seeing what you wrote, it gives me another point of view, one that I had not thought of before. That's when I clicked, hey, it's not my fight to fight or even conversation to have. So there's a whole thing here about the history, but so this is what started it all. This is the post that started it all, and that's what that's why that's where KJ's talking about people, and you should see some of the stuff people dug up about him. I'm going to see if I can find it. Mr. Bill says research chemist Darius on without it's all there. So there we go. And then, so people are talking about this. So she replied to you and then deleted all of it. So, of course, she replied and then the whole thread was deleted. So here's the full set here. He says he hasn't read it, but if it's on his read list with a rating, that doesn't mean he supports Hitler. Man, you guys are sick, she says. Because she denied it initially. Yeah, so he says he hasn't read it. Yeah. Hang on. That's all right. Don't worry about it. We all ramble sometimes. I use it sometimes. Yeah. She's trying to get her makeup. She is. Oh, maybe Tardy should send us some from Halo Beauty. Does Halo Beauty do makeup? Well, that was the other thing. That's what other people are saying. That why is she having to defend him? Why can't he defend himself? Here we go. Just waiting for it to load. So here we go. So a lot of this thread was want to read and read on Goodreads are two different things. And the account's disappeared now. Interesting. Okay. So, and then because someone wrote, run faster, Katie, the truth is gaining on you. We are not Nazis. We are vehemently against racism and anti-Semitism. So, as I said, all of these. So it's rare. So of course, all those tweets were deleted. Of course, I have many blonde questions about jurisdiction acts and civils bureau. Maybe. So let's have a look at this one. So this is the one. This is the book that she said that he did read. He agreed. He admitted that he read, but he didn't admit to reading Mein Kampf until it was done. Let me Let me correct this. My husband has not read Mein Kampf, but he has read Der Führer, which is a biography that stands in complete opposition to Hitler and the horrific crimes he committed and led with the Holocaust. We do not support Hitler or anti-Semitism. There we go. So that was, let me correct it. And then she goes on to say, well, hang on a minute. But if it's on his read list with a reading, he must have read it, but he can't remember it. So there you go. And then it says, look, that new release, my husband's band. They're using the Viking Jugend was a German neo-Nazi organization modeled after the Hitler Jugend. So they have apparently used that logo. So oh, I reckon they have been. So someone then said, no, he didn't do it. And then let's have a look. Oh, come on. You know, there's his rating, 4 stars. That's right, Poppy Seeds. That's the thing she doesn't understand. It's the 4-star rating. That's the problem, and not the fact that he's read it. That's right. So again, it was archived because it got deleted. So stuff's disappearing, but people are getting it. People are able to get hold of it. So it's really sad, though, that they find the need to delete everything once they're called out on something. I just, you know, it's just really, really sad. And as another warning. What a gorgeous couple. You need more meds, Gail? She's trying to stop the internet, yes. Well, she's due for another video. So this was her Instagram. This was the video that happened. It says, I love it when you climb up on your comfy pedestal. It's the type of pedestal that's by far the best thing to watch tumble to the ground. Have you learnt nothing in the past few months? So they did review it, but it was reported because it was, and her response on Instagram was, see, I knew I'd done nothing wrong. Oh. She knew she did nothing wrong. Yin and yang. The only thing I found interesting was his search for her. Yeah. That's right. Don't know where, but yep, someone will always have it. Oh, really? That's interesting, Natalie. Well, I hope they have. So that is essentially everything that's happened. So as I said, she spent most of her Instagram live trying to defend why she hasn't done anything wrong about the Collins lady. Chrissy Collins, I think it was. What you want me to what you want to put on some of that? Okay, I can do that. That's a lot more exciting than yeah. He does, and he's just making mistake after mistake after mistake. Also, T-Spiracy did a stream with the X mod. One of the things I think Nate, the lawyer, said was that Brown actually, like, Salts could just actually resubmit half of Brown's document because they because he essentially did it. He's essentially argued both sides of the case. So he said that he could just submit part of that, so it could be done. Just pick out half of that. Both seem very confident KJ could win this. And she probably will, yes. Was it on Nate? I can't remember if it was on Nate's channel or on it. They did one 2 days ago on Nate's channel, and then they did one with Uncivil, didn't they? The other thing is, Uncivil did do a video on personal jurisdiction. I might just pull that up because that might be very interesting, particularly when we're talking about this case. Let me just pull this up. So this is Uncivil Law. I'll post it in the description below.
What is personal jurisdiction? Personal jurisdiction is the concept that a court can only hear particular kinds of cases on particular kinds of defendants. Defendants who have done enough or have sufficient minimum contacts with the relevant jurisdiction in order for the court to justly hear the case. So if someone in California is suing a person who is from Washington in the California court, the California court can only hear that case if the person from Washington has done enough, or to put it more formally, has sufficient minimum contacts before the California jurisdiction.
It's funny how he used his example of California and Washington. I thought that was funny. Yeah.
To make it fundamentally just. These acts can include particular things, or it can be a global length of things. Personal jurisdiction can be waived if the party wishes for the case to be heard by the court regardless. I hope you enjoyed this short. Until later, my friends, please remember to subscribe. Cheers and goodbye.
That was like a really short. Anyway. Yeah, Crystal Bill's comments on Twitter are gold, Gingerly. Crystal Bill's comments are gold. Oh, really? It's supposed to be SA, I think, isn't it? According to what Crystal Bill wrote on Twitter. I'm going to go back and check it out later. Okay. No, yes, she did seem to be a sweet girl. And somebody wrote, what's up with, so it's saying that allegedly Katie or KJ had said that Todd's brother was up for CA, was in jail for SA offences. Now that's come from Crystal Bill, and I'm sure that she's got receipts for it. Yeah. So anyway, that's what we're up to. Yeah, so I don't really know, because I just read it, as I said, it was just listed in a Twitter account, so I've got no idea. Myself, I don't know anything about the family. So KJ said his brother went to jail for SA, that they didn't go. Oh, okay. So she said it. That's right. They don't go to Toad's house if he's there. Okay. Interesting. So jurisdiction's KJ's main defense to have this well, she hasn't addressed the defamation. She's never actually said if it was true. So therefore, you've got to base it on the fact that everything that Tadi says is true, because there's been no defense made for it. Her only defense is that it's in the wrong place. So I saw an old video when KJ was on Facebook. She seems to be. We will have to get a video on it. Yes, we'd have to ask Crystal Bill to make a video on it. Try to treat everybody the way I want to be treated. That's the way I was raised. Oh yeah, the parents' house. Okay, so is he out then? I don't know if he's actually is or not, but it sounds something KJ would love to. That's what she does, doesn't she? She always puts down the family. Hello, rescue lady. The jurisdiction stuff's very well. The thing is, the jurisdiction stuff is very confusing because the way that I understand it is that if there are ramifications if jurisdiction is accepted, because it means then that I have jurisdiction, for example, for where everybody is watching from. This is what uncivil and law is saying. It could be very problematic. We're saying that we are all saying that she had to have got Tadi's birth records, even though she says she got them from Ancestry.com. She had to have got them from the Washington, somewhere in Washington. So that would link her. Yeah. Now the other thing is that it's James that they have the strongest point from. They have the strongest point against James Westbrook because of the fact that he's not a public figure. And she keeps trying to tell us that Toad's not a public figure. So if he's not a public figure, then James Westbrook can't be. In my opinion. Because I don't. So thank you for explaining it. I really appreciate it. Well, I'm trying to. I mean, it's very, very, very complicated. Very, very complicated. So I've just gone on to Goodreads, and that Toad's page has gone from Goodreads. So they've just deleted the stuff. Oops, one more thing. KJ does have member subs. So isn't that jurisdiction? Well, that's what the argument that Uncivil and Nate have is that if it's members subs in Washington, then she's got members subs for everybody else. And it opens it up that YouTubers could have jurisdiction all around the world. So this is the point. They're saying there has to be another type of link. Now, whether you want to then define a subscriber and say I've got subscribers, but I've got members, you would have to categorize them differently, or super chats, whether they're categorized differently. But it becomes a very hot, potato when you start saying, well, if she had a member in Washington, then she's got jurisdiction, because that means every YouTuber potentially could be sued anywhere in the world. Anywhere in the world, based on where you're watching. So wherever you're located in the world, you could sue me from your location due to jurisdiction. This is the point that Uncivil and Nate are arguing. They're saying it doesn't make sense. There has to be a more of a closer link. And for me, if she got the records from the Washington archives, then that's a direct link. Do you disagree with that? Oh, I know. Hang on. So it's very hard to make sense. Yes. Well, that's right. And that's what we're saying. I think that is reaching because KJ researched in Washington. That's what because she researched. So if you have to, for example, if I wanted to get birth records from somebody in another country, and I have to get the records from, then we could have jurisdiction. That's why they've labelled her agent, basically nothing. Yes, that's right. So then if she was a ride or die and she was an agent, then she was working. Right. So it would be like, I guess, the mods could be classed as agents through very, very thinly veiled. So wherever the mods are. Oh, look, it is very, very confusing. I can't work it out. I'm trying to work it out. I think I'm getting better. I mean, it's like this. It's like the last two filings of Brown. We're saying that we want sanctions against Salts because Lori-Ann said she was represented, and he should have known that she was represented, and he should have, and they should have, and he should have known, and therefore he shouldn't have taken the comment, shouldn't have taken her declaration. But then the next filing, he says we never had, there was never any an attorney-client relationship. So it's very confusing. That's true. I mean, Nate would know more of her background than that. Yeah, that's right. And that the thing is with Nate and Nancy, they're looking at law angles, not necessarily what we know. We know that when it gets to deposition, that there's going to be so many videos shown where she's going to have to explain how on one day she says this and the next day she says that. Hey, that's what Brown does. Birds of a feather. Thank you, Nana Kimber. So it's very complicated. So the whole thing about jurisdiction, but then the judge may then decide, hang on a minute, you've given me 500 pages of filings. You want me to rule on the sanctions. You want me to rule on this other motion, but you don't want me to have jurisdiction? Well, guess what, mate? If you want these rulings, you've got to give me jurisdiction. So it may all backfire. I mean, this is the whole thing. But I think most of the lawyers have agreed that it was the jurisdiction aspect that possibly KJ did have the best chance of winning. But she hasn't mentioned, because she's put everything in the jurisdiction basket and she's not argued the defamation. She's just essentially at this stage, she has agreed that everything that Tali Westbrook has said is true. Everything that Tali Westbrook said is true. However, she can't sue me because it's in the wrong jurisdiction. So KJ sprouting off about, yes, it's just one of her pathetic bombs. She said, yes, that's true. Just keep in mind, agent. That's why Brown wants the declaration thrown out. Yes, that's right. What to do with it? Well, that's true. Usually it would be horrible. Yeah. So that's my understanding of how this is playing out. She may rule on jurisdiction and through the last two motions. That's correct. So she may do that. But if I had my research attorney going through, if I had my research attorney having to sit through and read 500 pages, I'd be wanting the case. Just saying. And if you're wanting me to sit there and watch videos regarding PewDiePie and Trisha Paytas, I want jurisdiction. Yes, that would be very, very interesting. Well, that's the thing, poppy seeds. Yeah, Brown, because if the thing is, the two factors, so poppy seeds is a lawyer, so she could probably explain it. Like, probably poppy seeds could probably explain a lot better than me. But yes, if jurisdiction goes to KJ, Brown is out of the picture. Lorianne gets out of the picture. It gets filed in Minnesota, and we start again. And then KJ then can't state that there's no jurisdiction because the argument goes. And then she has to defend then she has to defend the defamation. I know, it would be very interesting to see that. But she only went after jurisdiction. Yes, that's right. It's worked the other times. Not with this case, but yes. Well, and the other thing is, because it's a federal, well, they could file in the state. The thing is, if they filed it in the Minnesota State Court, this is what they could still argue jurisdiction, so it needs to go to a federal court because it can be in Minnesota, but still based on Washington law because it's a federal court. So, no. However, in my opinion, I think, in my opinion, Salts is waiting to day 21 of this response that he has to do for Saltsy, for Brown, because remember, to speed it up got rejected for the sanctions. I reckon he'll pop it in there if he's got it. He's not gonna come out and say he's gonna wait. I think. I want to see Discovery. I know Discovery will be interesting. Yeah. Money, 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 money. Yeah. Amy says, it's annoying to me when people argue this case might be bad for commentary channels. Like, no, if you don't defame people or state things as fact. True, Amy, that's correct. Mm-hmm. The best thing in the long term is for it to get dismissed. If it stays in Washington, there's probably an LA import on. Yes, that's true. Yeah. Well, and LA, for Laurie Ann, you know, if it gets kicked out for jurisdiction, she's done. Like, she can get on with her life now. And you know, accountability. Yeah. I hope she tells us Swanson was the source. Well, that's still the. Well, Brown was actually supposed to have thoroughly gone through those videos his client submitted. Well, supposed to have. I don't think he did. Yep. Good people pay for it. Yeah, it's always. Love how all the commentary channels repeat, in my opinion, just my opinion, 10 times a video. Yes, that's right. Thank you, KJ. If Brown wanted to shorten time so bad, my petty butt would wait until the last second too. Well, again, Uncivil and Nate, the lawyer, both said they would be waiting to the very last second now. They would not do a thing until the... Nate actually said, I'd have it written, I'd have it typed, it'd be sitting there. I would maybe edit it, add some stuff in it, take it out. It'd be ready to go, but I wouldn't file it until the very last second. I hope she's doing okay. There's no Rick or Dominus tonight. It's very quiet. Everyone's well behaved tonight. The naughty boys aren't here. Oh, there's a strategic reason for it. Well, it gives the other side less time to react. Yes, that's right. Yeah. Of course. So poor KJ, she had her lawyer file something that wasn't even able to be filed, and then her husband's reading books he shouldn't be reading. She's having to defend him. Tough old life, eh? Oh, hello. Hello, Liz. Hi from a wet morning in South Wales, UK. Hello. Yeah, it'll probably be last minute. And right on the last minute. He has a habit of filing right on. Commentary channels I watch make it clear. Or some do. Oh, yeah, hi, Dawn. Yeah, so people reported her video on Clarissa Collins last night. More so, I mean, the ones following this case. It's like a joke. Yes, I know I say it a lot now too. Do you notice that KJ says it? She doesn't still say it very as much, but she still will say my opinion. Wow, there's 90 people watching at the moment. Hello, everybody. Welcome. There's 2 dislikes. Hello, KJ and Todd. Probably a bit early for you. No, I know I say it a lot too, because I just, when Whispers says, I don't like how they use psychology, one that used her diagnosis against her set up for a downfall. It's like an Alfred Hitchcock movie. Yes, it is. The Sunshine Lady, Laurie says, we're having snow, freeze, rain in Seattle, 20 degrees and stormy. Anyone come? And they think, yep. With success come a haters, tall poppy syndrome. Yes, that's correct. No, we've had lots of warm weather today. I'm just curious if JK. Well, I think as long as Saltsy's on the sanctions are filed against Brown. Those filings won't be any good if jurisdiction is gone, because she'll need to get a Minnesota lawyer, and so will Tati. So Saltsy may still be on the case, but just there is Washington representation as well. So thank you to the new subscribers. Thank you very much. Really appreciate it. So I'm hoping that I'm clearing this up for you all, because I've been just trying to understand it. Sanctions are super hard to prove. Oh, it is. It is. But KJ did say right at the start, we watched the video with her on Uni Rock Live, where she said that she was going to file sanctions against him. Saltsy, that is. She's just was trying. Obviously, she was just trying to work out which ones. I mean, it could be KJ pulling all the strings, but he'd be really foolish to have let her do it, though. In my opinion, again. So because she's done it to us before. Yeah, so we're all sitting on different sides as to how we want this case to go. It's definitely interesting. But I think Amy has the right point. You just got to not speak fact unless you've got the proof. Got to have receipts. Poor Mr. B, he may end up part of the Sue train. I bet that video will end up as part of Saltsy's response. I bet you it will be too. Well, somebody did send it to him, made sure that he had it. Yeah. But I mean, would Saltz still have to report to the board? I don't know. It's up to the judge. Sometimes we have loser clients' cases and have to file stupid stuff. All we do is tell our clients it's stupid. Well, that's right. That's why I'm wondering whether it is her rather than him, but I don't know. And that's why it's good to have you here, Poppy, because you can actually give us the perspective of what it's like as the lawyer. I'm not even sure anymore as to what that was a limit. So no, we don't know anymore, in my opinion. Everyone's using IMO. That's why I keep saying it's KJ IMO. That's why I keep saying I'm not a lawyer. But if I can help, if I can break it down in so that people can understand it, and your lawyer doesn't as client instructs. It's like, where's Wally, Matt and Tati? The motion to shorten was 100% on Brown, though, but otherwise the client gets a say in the wording and has to okay it. Yes. So, Poppy, do you think that is that a mistake that he he shouldn't have made? Like, is that a really poor mistake on his part? Or is it a little bit sloppy? Or was it just that he just dropped the ball? She might be forcing the aggression. But how would KJ even know motion to shorten are a thing? Well, that's right. Well, in my IMO, Brown should have checked all of those rules to see what he could and couldn't file if it was talked about before filing it. That's true. Might have to upgrade his server memory. You know how like sometimes you see trolleys of files of documents, right? And you see the I don't know whether the lawyers, but you see them walking. I've seen them in Melbourne with these trolleys of documents, but these trolleys of folders, and like sometimes there's 2 or 3 people with trolleys. I wonder how many trolleys of documents it would take for her case. It seems like a sloppy mistake. Happens all the time in areas of law. It doesn't really impact the case, but just stings his rep with the judge. Okay. It's a sloppy mistake. Yep. So how many trolleys of files do you think it would take if they had to print it all out and take this and put it on a trolley? How many trolleys do you reckon it would take? If I was such a wet to last minute. Yeah, that's right. Well, we'll know when it's getting close because she went a full trolley train. Yes. A full trolley train, that's right. It will take up one whole street. You'd have one long street. Because we did read in the local rules that if it was over a certain number of pages that they had to submit a printed copy for the judge. Bus loads. Yeah, imagine. Well, that's what will happen, I think, in discovery, isn't it? Or the depositions. They have to transcribe all the videos. Someone has to transcribe all the videos. So it's gonna be fun. I don't know, Gail. And we may not ever know that they have been caught. It may be something done behind the scenes, and we're just going to be advised that it's happened. I mean, that's the impression that I get from Saltz. I mean, because the way that he's looking after things, I just think that he may release, their names and everything may come out, but he also could say they've been caught and they've been dealt with, blah, 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 but we don't know. Isn't there Saltzy filing that showed you suggested that it works, takes years to go through all of her content? It would take, yes, there was. It said it would take years to go through all of her content. That's right. Brown Massive Link probably already have their own trolley reserve. True. That's a separate case and probably already been, yes, that's true. It may be already, I mean, we may just find out that they got caught. And that's all that we really need to know. With discovery, we may never hear what happens. No. I know if FBI is involved, chances that they're not releasing any names until FBI says they can. Yeah. Yeah, I think it will be dealt with privately. I mean, it may get into a filing that it's been done. It's still possible KJ is writing the majority of these filings and Brown is filing legal parts. She said in the beginning she did say that, and she's saying so much about law. I suspect the hacking and threat reports were presented to the judge privately and will be dealt with behind closed doors. We may not know for a long time if FO says Jessica. And that is true. That may happen. I guess closure, isn't it? Yeah. The people, I guess, as long as the people that are involved know, I guess, to say that it's been dealt with. For all we know, it could be just random people bored and just causing problems. Yeah, it could be people just entertaining themselves in lockdown. Yes, helping. She did say that. I remember that. She was helping. Like when your toddler wants to help you cook, and like you have to give them an easy job to do so you can get on with what's the good stuff. So. But remember, she's not letting any of it get to her anymore. She's just letting it just go. Let it go. Let it go. That's my feeling. It's someone unrelated to the parties. Yeah. What a tangled web that has been woven. Yes. Oh, what a tangled web we weave. It's really, yeah, it's what I will say is that, yeah, it is strange. Unless it's connected to the case, the judge won't be involved. Yes. When we first practiced to deceive, yes. Yeah. Amy says, if you're a victim of hacking, targeted harassment, please report. Please report it to your local authorities too. They may not be able to do much, but having a record is important. Yes, and particularly if it is connected to this matter and it's an international. Australia has some very harsh laws now, I think, to do with anti-bullying and stuff. So that's, internet harassment. So yeah, so look, I'm hoping that that's cleared up and that's made it a little bit more understanding of everything for you, because it's very, very confusing. Thank you, law nerds. The judge doesn't probably need to know anything beyond is it directly tied to a party of the case? If not, I'd probably be disregarded. Right. The UK has tough, strict laws too. That's good. Saltsy said it came from a hacking farm. It did not come from the UK. Well, I mean, that hacking farm could be anywhere. I mean, if Interpol has to get involved too, that could take ages. Hi, Christoph Van Always. How are you? I hope Judge Barbara continues. Well, if she continues, she has to accept jurisdiction. But she has to find a connection into the law to be able to keep it. So she has to. So, Rescue Lady, I think they will follow the money to see who paid for the hacking. Follow the money, you'll find the trail. Plus, I think the hackers and threats are separate from, possibly. That's a funny mistake. Oh, that's funny. Question, why does everyone talk about other people paying KJ's legal fees? Why can't she be paying her own fees? She wouldn't be keeping it a secret, in my opinion. The reason why people think that she could be paying other people's legal fees is that the legal fees have soared. And a couple of weeks ago, or was it a week ago, 2 weeks ago, she did a video where she was saying that the money was getting tough because she couldn't feed her son because it was going on to legal fees. So So the only other, because we still haven't got to jurisdiction, they thought that maybe Clark Swanson was paying her legal fees because he was possibly her source. But the discovery, it's going to get more and more expensive for her. That's how KJ hasn't accused anyone of defaming. Oh dear, yes. Interesting, isn't it? Because discovery, they'll be away with it. So I hope that answers your question sometime, Lindsay. It's just... So it's just that with the legal fees being so expensive when she's losing subs, I had to find most of the time a case for Todd would be the same case for James Speak. Yeah. Yes, she hasn't said Todd's been defamed, correct. To be honest, I think her YouTube money after you have 100K is probably good enough for her to pay her own fees. That's true, but her subs dropped for a while and her views are down. So to get your YouTube money, you need to have views and you need to have your subs. And you need your members, and all of those were dropping at one point. So hence why she lowered her membership. She had 1,000 subs appear. I mean, she should be thanking us because we actually watch her videos. So yeah. There was a rumor that Tidy was trying to out Swanson. There was a rumor, yeah. There's lots of rumors going around about the whole thing. Because this is also getting more expensive for Tidy. I can't imagine she's in person. I wouldn't want to. I'd hope not. Brown would be headbutting the wall. Claim defamation of Todd. Oh dear. So it just wouldn't be uncivil and headbutting the wall, it'd be Todd as well. I thought he was tube fed and didn't eat solids. Would that be covered by his insurance? This is a very interesting question. So allegedly, and she said this in a video, that he eats for pleasure. He doesn't eat for nutrition. So that's what she said. I could be wrong, but if somebody wants to correct me, I still wonder if salt's much. I don't know. I have no idea. Plus, she also asked for 80K to be refunded to her. If she is secretly loaded, she will move me. Yeah, that's right. That's correct. She needed to find one of those. She needed to find one of those lawyers that no fee, no pay, no win, no pay. There is so many conflicting outcomes. We don't know. Like, we really don't know. there is a picture of him eating food. Hello there, Amber Chick. Work on contingency, no money down. I think didn't Crystal Bill have a video of her feeding him in the tube? And wasn't that video where she talked about the fact that he needed to be fed a certain way and then the tube because he has no pituitary gland, apparently, allegedly. Oh, okay. Yeah, he can eat, but his nutritionist blood tube apparently less than he can choose to keep his tube. Okay. I don't know. It's so confusing because I just don't know what he's got. Yeah, I thought they said that he could eat for pleasure. So he likes cheeses type things. Yeah, I don't know. Well, because you can get sympathy if you've got the tube, I guess. Couldn't we? I mean, and the other thing is, like, why did she might lose funding if yeah, that's true. That's also the other thing is that, like, why did she end her life the other day when he was allegedly was coming down the stairs because he was talking, and if people knew that he was talking. You had a tube, Sarah, and you couldn't get rid of it. Wow. Well, and she may not get the nurses either. And then you have to start thinking about, oh, there's 100 people watching. Hello, 100 people. Hello, 100 people. I've still got nice bruises. Look at that. That's my bruise. I've still got all the pinholes too. It looks like I'm a druggie with all the holes in my arms. I've got to go back Wednesday. I've got to go back Wednesday now. I've got to fast again on Wednesday. And I've got to make sure that I drank 2 litres of water the other day. I've got to drink 4 litres of water now. Hopefully they can get the vein. Can you have nutrition through a PICC line? My dad had one for a while in the neck. I'm not sure. I would have thought you could. So according to the Gastrointestinal Society, a PICC line gives you nutrition. So yeah, that's a TPN. Yeah. Oh, poppy seeds, I had to have a blood test. It's just a follow-up blood test. And after 8 attempts, the nurse couldn't get it. No? Okay. That is TPN. Okay. See, I got no idea. Oops. Just lost the screen. Oh, okay. TPN is only if you're seriously ill? Okay. Okay. So according to mayoclinic.org, PICC line, about the PICC line, it says, PICC line gives your doctor access to large central veins near the heart. It's generally used to give medication or liquid nutrition. It can help avoid the pain of frequent needle sticks and reduce the risk of irritation. So she's like, so many times concerning her little boy that I don't think anyone, even herself, knows the truth. And what's like, I think you are correct there. Liz, we just the potentially make it and even say that, yeah. Wow. Well, I think it was EKC People Suck. She did an article on. She did that blog post about KJ where she did the where she listed about the fact that she wrote an article. KJ wrote an article in 2017 that stated that her son was misdiagnosed. So this is where it gets really confusing. So 1 minute he's misdiagnosed, but then he's not misdiagnosed, and he's misdiagnosed, and he does have autism. He doesn't have autism. We don't know. Essentially, we don't know what he's got. I would definitely say that his gland was deformed, but now she said he was born without the gland. Very strange, yeah. The biggest caddy satisfaction I can think of being picked. But then she'll go onto another platform. She's got to be banned from all social media platforms. In IMO, in my opinion. Yeah. I think there's too much work for her. Yeah. But then again, if nurses are actually there through the week, they would know if he relied on it and not just goes back to, I do not think the nurses are there. Well, don't forget, she keeps saying the nurses calling in sick. They just don't want to be there by the sounds of it. I think all those mistakes happened at the beginning of his issues. Yes, and whispers, I think that's correct. With a disability, long-term illness, is that the situation also with your child? Yeah. It would seem that way. There's some videos out and about where You know, she's not being very nice to him. Calls nurses sister. Yeah, well, if they were private nurses, then she can. But if they're publicly funded nurses, then she can't. They're not her staff. So, just think how KJ would feel if funded women reloaded. Well, she wouldn't like it. She would send them assist and desist. I'm frozen. Yeah, I've been freezing a little bit. I'm back up to 100. I'm up to 105. Wow, hello, 105 people. In the blog she wrote like 4 years ago that her child was such a picky eater and he took so long to finish eating, then food she in this place. Right. Interesting, JK. Yeah. It's interesting, isn't it? She would send out. True, they are nurses, not nannies. Yeah. Hello. Yes, if you're joining me, my name's Joanne. I come from the land down under. I come from the land down under. So, welcome to my channel. Wow. We've got 5 kids. Oh. Yes, ring my bell. She probably would. The clip where she had to have a shower, she was very, yes, and not happy. Yes, she was, wasn't she? I think don't they sit down and do his teaching and schooling? Don't they? I think. I think that's what they do. Okay. There's some interesting stuff out at the moment. We need to get to 1,000. And never been cut because they're not needed. KJ treats them as all pairs. Yep. When our nurses teachers with grief, what a lot of nonsense. Well, that's why she has to do double duty because she doesn't have nurses because the nurses are calling in sick. I would too if I had to do that stuff. I'm always busy, up ridiculously early to get in line to pharmacy. It's 4:06. Wow. 40 person night they opened at 6 a.m. Wow. Yeah. One child, 2 parents, full time at home. Yeah. That's thank you, Christopher and West. Well, so, when there was that, was it a shooting the other couple, was it a week or so ago? What was it? That incident at the school. She was referring about it was at her school, but her son's been homeschooled for the last 12 months. He's been doing remote. He hasn't been at school. But I don't know. It's confusing. It's just always confusing because I don't think they're calling it stick. I think their hours are cut because KJ doesn't really need them and the state is under pressure. Well, there's 2 parents at home, so I don't know why they would need the nursing. But if he goes, well, that's right, he does the food. Maybe he eats food at school. I don't know, maybe he eats food at school. Because he can eat small amounts of food. I don't know. So the women's final of the Australian Open was on tonight, and Naomi Osaka won. She's won her second, I think it was her second 23-7 on the internet. I think it was her second Australian Open win, and tomorrow's the men. I don't know enough about it, but I do not see him to be there every day. Maybe when he's a baby toddler, but not here today. That's a perfect game for sympathy, yeah. Gail, she says just whatever will get some sympathy. I have to go bang my head on the wall. Oh, dear. Oh, no. Well, I'm going to finish up shortly because it looks like Crystal Bill's looking to go live, and I want, because we've got a 3-hour time difference. So oh, what's that one? Nurses are probably left over from when Todd worked. It's a small town. True. Nothing serious, just being a little dramatic. That's right. You're allowed to be a little dramatic sometimes. So somebody has actually tagged. So has tagged everybody, Steve McRae, Emily, Michael Salts with this to say that he's a, and don't forget, this is Morabud sells at least 40,000 records a year, according to the owner. It says his label studies is not political or racist, but encourages freedom of speech. The price is right. So that was the article that his record label did. Thank you. Yeah, thank you for the nice chats. It's great. I like to have good chats here. I don't know why people always tag Salts, but so just checking to see what's going, if there's anything exciting happening on Twitter before we finish up. Her husband has nothing to do. That's correct. However, she did defend him in the tweets today. What I just found that was very, very interesting was that she went and said at first, oh no, he didn't read it. And then he's just because he read it didn't make him anything. You know, it's like, what? you know. Yeah. It must drive. Yeah, it must be starting to annoy him. I wonder, but it must be also very. I mean, you think about it. He would be getting so much stuff emailed to him and sent to him or tagged to him regarding this. Okay. I was going to do a Twitter account just to watch, but I'd rather wait for Twitter with Joey. True. Oh dear. Just seeing what's on here. Yeah, no, that's okay. It's not just, no, it's the 4 stars. It's the 4 stars that everybody's talking about. It's the 4 stars that everybody is saying that is the problem. It's the 4 stars. But it's also the defense to say, well, just because he read it doesn't make him that, and we're against it. But, and now the Goodreads page, they've deleted his profile from Goodreads. Why delete? Why delete? Why delete that profile? Why delete the page if you've done nothing wrong? Is my issue. Why? How can you tell the valid legit? Yes, that's true. Because you could say, I mean, seriously, I mean, you could even go, oh, like you could even play dumb. You could have played dumb, but the whole page has been deleted. Yeah, I looked for it before and it says it doesn't exist anymore. I'll show you. He's deleted it because he's been exposed in the stream because he's not. Well, that's right. But like, why? As I said, I don't know why you would delete it. Why delete it is what I, you know. I'm not the only one to have said it. It says, you've hit a bad link, don't panic. So it's gone. It has gone. Yes, it was. It had 101. Yes, the whole reading, the whole library's gone. Yep. Yeah, I'm going to have to go to bed now. I've got some bad news for you people because I won't be online tomorrow. Because I'm working at the Australian Open men's final. So I'm sorry, I got a better offer. Oh, like I'm actually going to be cleaning, so I'm probably not going to see a thing of it. I'm probably not going to see any of it. I'm working from 4 to midnight, so it's it's going to be very interesting, to say the least. So it's Djokovic with Medvedev. So I can't take pictures, always busy, unfortunately. I'd love to actually give you a tour of the place, but I'm not allowed to. So, well, I'm glad that you missed me. I'm actually also at a choir thing all day. So when I leave home in the morning, about 9 o'clock, oh no, about 8:30 tomorrow morning, I won't be home till 1 o'clock the following day. So I'm gone for the whole day. So, yeah, I've got choir thing in the morning, and then I'm heading off to work. But and it's a completely different area because I've been in a different area. So, and they've cut the workforce down. It's only a very small amount of staff. So I got in the final cut. So I'm pretty happy about that. That's pretty cool. So look, I'm gonna take my leave. I'm gonna say goodbye, good night, so I can get some sleep. Because it's 11:18 p.m. on Saturday. I know for many of you, your Saturday's just starting. I hope you have a good day. For those of you that are going to bed, I hope you have a good sleep. And I will see you. Stay off Twitter so I won't get distracted. I know. Yeah, so it's Saturday night, 11:19 p.m. and it's the 20th of February. In case you're wondering, hooroo. Hopefully, there's 400 people here. This is unbelievable. Yeah, so look, I'll see what I can do about posting. But look, if you don't hear from me, everything's okay, and I will speak to you on your Sunday night, on your Sunday morning, on my Monday night. All right, see you all later. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for liking. Thank you for commenting. And I will just try and work stuff out. And try and make this all make sense for you. Okay, see you all later.